Are you someone who is really interested in living or working or traveling in China, but don't speak Chinese and know nothing about the COVID policies? Well, this video is for you. I live and work in Beijing, but I am taking a little weekend trip to a nearby city where not much English is spoken and they've got some strict COVID rules. So let me show you how I manage it all. I am at one of the many train stations here in Beijing where upon arrival you need to show your negative COVID test and go through the security protocol. If you don't know what to do, just follow everyone else.
So there's some type of camera thing where you gotta scan your Chinese ID and go, but obviously this is not gonna work for me.
Such a nice train station. Booking a train or a plane ticket is extremely easy to do here in China. All you need is the trip.com app. It is 100% in English and so easy to use. The thing about Chinese train stations is that most of them don't really require physical tickets. So all you need is the app and your passport. You can use the app to find your gate number, the train number, and your seat number. There are even some very helpful tips and information on the app that detail instructions on exactly how to navigate a Chinese train station. Oh, this is a sleeper train. Welcome to my bunk. I guess that's what this is. I had no idea I was booking a sleeper train because when I was in the taxi, I missed my first train, so I just immediately booked the second available train, and I didn't really read the description of the train. I just saw that it was only 2 hours and it left 30 minutes later, and I was like, okay, that'll work. And then I get on the train and I'm like, okay, sleeper train. Not very comfortable. I would have much preferred to be sitting in a seat. Once you're on the train, you know, you're on the train. There are really no freebies on the train, like you're not getting any peanuts or a bottle of water for free, but there will be a worker pushing a cart full of overpriced Chinese goodies if you're interested. Sometimes the train workers will come by and check your passport number just to make sure that you're on the right train. But other than that, no one is like coming around to take your temperature or to check your COVID test. Literally taking the train is so great because no one talks to you. And when you are traveling during off-peak season and the train isn't crowded, you have so much space for activities like climbing to the top bunk, because why not? And dancing to the new Beyonce album, because nobody, especially COVID, won't break my soul, and I'm telling everybody. Not sure what's happening, but this guy asked me if I could speak Chinese. I told him a little bit and he said, come with me. So I'm coming. So maybe it's time for a COVID test. I think that's where we're going. Yep, this is looking like COVID testing time. How did I know?
做核酸，先把上那边。
Okay,
Okay.
核酸, time to 核酸. Okay. This baby's got a visor mask thing on. Oh, poor thing. Must be hot. Look at him. Oh my gosh. So for the first time ever in my China COVID life, I've taken a rapid test and a regular 24-hour test. Now I'm just sitting here outside of the tent right there, and I just need to wait for 10 minutes for them to get the results, and then they'll tell me if I can go or if I can go to quarantine. But seeing as I just had a COVID test yesterday and it came back negative, I am not worried at all.
Okay, I'm done. I'm free. So now I have to figure out, like, what is all of this? Where's the taxi stand? And how do I get out of here? This is just all so confusing. So confusing. So many tents, so many different lines.
The app I use to get a taxi in China is called Didi, but it's not very easy to download anymore due to them breaking some Chinese data laws or something. But no worries, there are loads of other car hailing or rideshare apps that you can download. The thing is, unlike Didi, these will all be in Chinese.
This is beautiful.
Just like the train, I booked this hotel on trip.com. Why aren't they sponsoring this video? Because I just can't stop talking about them. But literally, you guys, so easy to use this app. I don't even need to explain it. I'm usually not a 5-star hotel type of gal, but you know, I'm tired of dealing with all of this COVID BS and I just want to relax this weekend. So I'm going to splurge a little bit and stay in apparently what is the nicest hotel in the city. I thought it'd be a little bit nicer than this for a 5-star hotel. From the train to the hotel to the beach is where I'm going.
This old lady gang. Look at them in their dresses. So pretty.
I'm starting to get very hungry, so I need to find a place to eat. And the way that I do that when I'm traveling is use my phone and use one of the Chinese apps that I love called Dianping. It is like the Chinese version of Yelp, where you can search for things, you can find the addresses, and you don't need to be able to read or speak Chinese in order to use it. Let me show you. All right, so I'm looking at the restaurants now. First up, it's just got a lot of high-rated places in my area. I don't really care what's in my area. I want to see what are the best restaurants in town. And it looks like all of these are pretty far away. 33 kilometers, 35 kilometers. Yeah, it's just looking like a lot of seafood places. Okay, here is, I think this is barbecue. Let's look. Oh, looks like Japanese. Sushi. Don't know if I really want Japanese food, but kind of in the mood for barbecue. Here we go, BBQ dining bar. Ooh, this looks real good. Oh my God, they have s'mores? What? I think this is gonna be the spot. Let's see how far away they are. 15 minutes driving, and I'm headed in that direction. Comfortable. I'm too classy for this girl. Forever I'm that girl. Feed you diamonds and pearls. Ooh, baby. We have made it. Story of my life. I need to translate the menu. These translations don't even make any sense. Like, I'm getting jealous. I guess these are shots, mango yogurt, Margaret. Oh, I guess they mean margarita. Godfather. Because I was ordering off of this iPad, I didn't need to call a waitress over and explain to her in Chinese what I wanted. I just pressed the buttons on the iPad and, 20 minutes later, the food just magically appeared. It's amazing. But if I did have to have some human interaction with a waitress, I can speak enough Chinese to order the food that I want. But if I didn't, I would just point to the pictures. I hope you didn't think that this trip was gonna go off without any bumps or bruises along the way. It is day 2. I am headed to the Great Wall where it meets the sea. And here comes the drama, because upon arrival, these employees tried their darndest to deny me entry. Let me explain what happened, but first understand that each province has slightly different COVID restrictions and policies. Here in Hebei province, you need to show the Hebei province app that is linked to your ID card that shows your COVID test results. But because I am a foreigner, my passport number is not always able to register with different provinces' health code apps. And because of that, remember that COVID test I took yesterday at the train station? Well, I cannot access those results because I cannot access the app. But because I live in Beijing, I can still access the Beijing app, which has negative COVID test results. They're just 48 hours old, which is fine because you only need a 72-hour COVID test to get in anywhere. So here I am explaining all of this via translator app. They don't care anything about the Beijing health code. They just keep telling me I have to have the Hebei one. I have to have taken a test in Hebei, and that test needs to be negative. The manager comes out. She's very patient. She has dealt with foreigners before, and she's like, yeah, I know that that's a problem, but you just need to go to the hospital and get the paper results and come back tomorrow, and then you can come. And I'm putting my foot down, like, no. Because before I even left Beijing, I researched the COVID policies for this province. And nowhere did it say that I need to have a test done in this province in order to gain entry to any place. All the rule says is I need to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours. I showed her the official government Hebei province WeChat mini program that stated exactly what I just told her. Eventually, she got on the phone with her boss and her boss's boss and all these people, and then they all wanted to know every single stitch of information about me. So I calmly answer all of their questions. I think I got there around 10 a.m. It is now 12:45, and here she comes with an answer. Drum roll, please. Access granted. I'm really not the type of person to cause a scene, especially in this country. Like, I'm not gonna raise my voice. I'm not gonna yell in English because it's not gonna get me anywhere. And I think it is crucial to recognize and respect that the people that I have to deal with at these scenic spots or landmarks are just the messengers. They are just following the rules. They're trying not to get in trouble or to lose their job. So calm and cool is the way to do it, especially when you're using a translator, because that is just another level of patience that you need to have and that the person you're dealing with has to have. So it felt really nice to kind of tell her at the end, she need to pay her. Thank you for your cooperation, because she was a good one. I realized that in this video, I make things look easier or maybe less strict than they really are. And I guess that is just because I live here. I'm used to it. I am well adjusted and I know how to deal with it. But for someone who is new to China, this is not simple, this is not straightforward, and this is not easy. And it's the #1 reason why foreigners who are here in China are not traveling right now, because no one wants to deal with this. But anyway, what I failed to convey is that I was not in a great mood. I was smiling and trying to enjoy myself because I fought so hard to get in. But once I got in, because I'm a black foreigner, of course, everyone is gawking at me. Children are talking to me. People are asking for photos. And I am not in the mood at all. As I was walking away, I could hear ladies coming back. I could hear ladies yelling at me, "Lai, lai, lai, hey, 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 hello, hello, boyfriend." And I'm like, nope, retreat, retreat, retreat.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
What else could they be taking pictures of? There's nothing behind me.
On the taxi ride back to my hotel, I start thinking about how I don't want to deal with any more COVID testing drama. So I better be safe than sorry, because tomorrow I'm leaving, and even though my test will be 72 hours, which is still within the correct limit for Beijing, maybe they will need to see a test that I have done while in Hebei province before I'm allowed to enter Beijing. It may not be totally necessary to do this, but because this is how my brain works on China's zero COVID policy, where I'm constantly trying to protect myself from being sent to lockdown or being denied entry into some place, going to get a COVID test right now seems like the safest thing to do. And because these health code apps won't work with my passport number, that means I need to go to the hospital to take a test and come back tomorrow before my train leaves to pick up the paper test results. So here we go. Long story short, the hospital does not accept any foreign patients. And now I'm back in a taxi on my way to another hospital, hoping that it doesn't close at 5:30, because sometimes that is a thing, because it is now 5:07 and it's like a 15-minute drive. So, fingers crossed. I'm sure I'm tired of this bullshit, man. Like, after what has happened today at the scenic spot, I don't want to get to train station and then be like, "Where's your COVID test?" And I show them the Beijing thing, and they just keep going on and on and on, and then I miss my train. But it is proving to be very difficult and very annoying. So, yeah, on to the next hospital. Wish me luck. Oh. Give her these papers. Oh. Okay, finally finished with the COVID test. I will be right back here tomorrow picking up the results so I can have a smooth trip back to Beijing. And probably what is gonna happen, I'm like 95% sure, because this is what always happens. I'm gonna get to the train station, I'm gonna show my Beijing health kit, and no one's gonna say shit. Or no one's gonna ask me to scan anything. No one's gonna ask for any test results. Meaning I did all of this for nothing, dare I say, nothing. I mean, the rigmarole. Just traveling from one place to another in September 2022 in China. Like, so frustrating, so annoying. Just glad that it's over, and you know what? I deserve a drink. So I guess I'm gonna find myself a bar and now I'm here at this window waiting. Finally, I have got my negative PCR test, so I won't have any trouble getting home. It's now 2:30. My train leaves at 4:30. I need to be back at the hotel by 3:30 to get my luggage and then get in a taxi to get to the train station at 4.
So I think I'm gonna go for a bike ride and try to find some food. Start making my way back to Beijing. I am very curious to know how you guys would feel and had to deal with all of the COVID protocols and red tape that I had to go through this weekend. How would you handle it? Would it ruin your trip? Would you persevere and just keep doing your thing? If you're coming to China maybe for the first time and you're really wanting to travel, I would suggest for your first 6 months or so, just stay in your city. Just make your life easy and stay in your city. Trying to explain all of this COVID madness to someone who has never lived here before is it's hard to put in perspective, it's hard to grasp, and it's hard to understand. But hopefully this video gave you a more authentic and eye-opening experience as to what it is truly like. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. You know what it is, Aleese Lightyear. Over and out.